Hey, Savannah. I just got off the train.
Okay, I hope you have a good trip. I know it's probably too late now, but you didn't forget anything, right?
Nope, all good. I checked 5 times before I left. Believe me, there was no way I was going to let myself forget anything. Are you guys going to be alright while I'm not around? I can't help but worry about the idea of leaving my wife and son on their own while I go off on a business trip to Seattle. I want you to contact me immediately if anything happens. Don't worry about bothering me at all, okay?
You worry too much. You might be going away on business, but it's only a week. Plus, Wyatt's 6 now. He's not in diapers anymore. We'll be fine. If anything, it should be me worrying about you. Make sure you don't go getting wrapped up in any accidents or catching any colds, all right? Make sure you cook for yourself as much as possible, too. We can't have you going out wasting the family finances on lavish meals with the company, Mr. Wolf of Wall Street.
I get it. Thanks for thinking of me. Okay, I'll see you in a week then. Don't have too much fun without me. If anything happens, your mom lives just around the corner, so I think you'll be just fine. But there are all kinds of weirdos hanging around these days, so just be careful. Okay, babe?
Okay, I will. Good luck with work. You're going to smash it out of the park, honey. Wyatt said bye, too. Take care.
See you next week.
Dominic, pick up! This is bad. You need to answer or call me now. This is urgent.
Cadence, what's up? Sorry, I just saw I had some missed calls from you. I'm away on business in Seattle right now. I had my phone on silent because I've been in a lot of meetings since we got here, so I didn't notice.
Forget that. This is bad. Your house is on fire.
What? On fire?
One of the neighbors' houses caught fire. It spread to yours and Savannah's place in the blink of an eye. Before anyone knew it, the entire building was up in flames. The entire street's full of fire trucks, and they're doing their best to put it out. But it spread so quickly. Half the street's on fire.
What about Savannah and Wyatt? They're safe, right? Tell me they're safe.
Thank God Wyatt's safe. He told me he made a run for it out the back door as soon as he realized what was going on. Rachel from next door found him wandering around outside and brought him to me. He is a little shaken up, but doesn't have any injuries.
My God. I'm so relieved.
But I haven't been able to get through to Savannah. She's not answering my calls.
What?
I've been calling her non-stop, but nothing. Rachel said she didn't see her either. So me and Wyatt walked back around to look for her. She's nowhere to be seen. I asked him if he knew where his mommy was, but he just said he doesn't know. It's hard to believe she'd leave little Wyatt on his own and go out on her own at this time. I hate to say this, but God forbid, could she still be inside?
Oh my God. I'm coming home immediately.
But aren't you in Seattle right now, Dominic? Will the company let you come home in the middle of a business trip?
I can't sit twiddling my thumbs in a business meeting while my house is burning down and my wife is missing. I'll be on the next plane out of here. Cadence, can you keep trying to call her in the meantime? We have to get through to her somehow. Please, keep your eye on Wyatt for me until I get back too, okay?
Of course I will. I'll keep him at mine and your father-in-law's house. He's welcome to stay as long as you need him to. Please try to not lose your head, Dominic. I understand this is hard, but we have to keep it together for Savannah. She's probably fine. I'm sure she'll show up at any moment now.
Thank you so much, Cadence. I'm going to get home as fast as humanly possible. You're right. We have to keep it together for Savannah.
Stay strong, Dominic. Everything is going to be okay.
Savannah, please get in touch with me as soon as you see this. Even if it's just a one-word reply. Or You can just leave a message on red. Anything. Tell me you're safe, please.
Hey, Dominic. I hope the business trip's going well. Is everything okay? I just checked my phone and saw about 1,000,000 missed calls. You surprised me. I fell asleep on the sofa while watching TV last night. I think I must have been super tired. Anyway, what's up? Did you want to hear my voice? Because you miss me? You're so cute, huh?
Savannah? Huh? What the hell?
What do you mean, what the hell? Why are you acting all weird, Dominic? You're scaring me.
Huh? This makes no sense. What's going on? Are you safe?
Of course I am. You really have a nervous temperament, don't you? I've never met someone this bad before.
Are you lying to me? Is this really Savannah? I don't... Savannah, I need you to tell me. Where are you right now? You have no idea how much I've been worrying about you. Where are you?
Where? I'm at the house, obviously. Where else would I be? I'm here with Wyatt.
What? You're inside the house? How is that possible?
How is it possible? Well, we're kind of just here. I just cooked us breakfast. That boy sure loves his pancakes. I'm thinking of taking him out to do a spot of morning shopping around 9.
No. Just wait a sec. What? You're telling me that you and Wyatt are inside of our house right now. The two of you are there, together.
Duh, obviously. How many times do I need to repeat myself? He's been with me the whole morning. He's so lively today. What a little ball of energy.
That's impossible. You're lying. You have to be. What you're saying just isn't possible.
Huh? Lying? What do you mean?
That you and Wyatt are together inside the house is a lie, isn't it? I don't know what your intentions are here, but you're lying. Why are you lying to me, Savannah? Where are you? For real. Just give me the truth. Because whatever you're trying to do, it's not going to work.
What are you talking about? You've lost me here, honey. Why would you dump me like this? Are you finding the business trip too stressful? Are you feeling okay? You should get some rest. You're not thinking straight. I told you like 50 times. I'm at the house with Wyatt.
We don't have a house anymore.
Excuse me? We don't have a house? What does that even mean?
Our house burned down last night. Not just our house either, the neighbors too. Apparently, half the street was on fire. There were fire trucks everywhere.
What? A fire? Is Wyatt okay?
Wyatt is fine. He escaped on his own, and Rachel from next door found him wandering outside and took him to your mom's. I'm with him at her house right now. Miraculously, no one was injured. The only damage was to property.
Oh my God. I'm so relieved.
I cut my business trip short, bought the first plane ticket available, and made it home in the early hours. Anyway, now you know there's no point in lying to me anymore. Where are you? It's pretty evident that you're not home like you claim to be.
Well...
Where did you need to go that was important enough to leave our son completely on his own? Why has no one been able to get in touch with you until now? What were you doing this whole time?
Well, the thing is, I was at Jada's place, you know. Jada, my old classmate. She called and invited me to catch up over some drinks. I didn't think there would be any harm in just dropping by for an hour or two, so I agreed to go. I did intend to be back before midnight, and Wyatt is old enough to look after himself now. He's a big boy and very mature for his age. I thought it would be fine, but... Well, I drank a little more than I intended to. And I was so tired from having Wyatt on my own all day that I fell asleep. That's why I didn't notice all those missed calls from you and my mom. I only just woke up, which is why I panicked and lied. I wouldn't have imagined in a million years that the house would burn down.
Come on, Savannah. If you're going to tell me a lie, could you come up with something more convincing than this half-baked pile of crap?
I'm not lying.
Jada, your old classmate, just stopped by to check if you were okay. She said she heard about the fire on the news and recognized the house.
She did?
When you pile lies on top of lies, they soon come tumbling down. Now tell me where you are. Aside from Jada, a lot of your other friends showed up because they were worried about you after seeing it on the news. But not a single one of them has a clue where you are.
Well...
Just hurry up and come out with it already. And make sure it's the truth this time. You leave our son on his own late at night while I'm away for a week on business. You ignore mine and your mom's calls and messages. Then you go back home the next morning. Your behavior is so weird that even the dumbest, most gullible, most naive guy on the planet would be suspicious of you at this point. Tell me, what were you really doing?
Shut up, Dominic. It's not like I'm the only one having an affair, is it? I know about you.
Huh? You're accusing me of having an affair, and when you say, not the only one, that basically means you just admitted that you're cheating on me. I knew it. How dare you leave our son all on his own late at night to go on some seedy little tryst with some other man? You're a disgrace. Marrying you was the biggest mistake of my life.
Oh, that's rich coming from you. That's my line. I mean, isn't it obvious? This little business trip of yours was just an excuse for you to cheat on me for a week with your lover, wasn't it? You used the fact that your company does business internationally as an excuse to get away for a week to go on a lover's holiday.
What the heck? Do you have a single shred of evidence to back up that ridiculous claim?
I don't have any evidence because you're as sly and cunning as they come, but I know I'm right. My boyfriend told me. He said, which self-respecting company goes on business trips that only last a week? Which means you're lying. He said you were definitely going on a lover's holiday. That's the only reason I went on holiday with him. This is all your fault.
These are some Olympic-level mental gymnastics. Do you seriously think I would do that? I'm not cheating on you, and I never would. This week away wasn't a lover's holiday. It was a goddamn order from my boss. Why didn't you give my company a call and hear it for yourself? I'll be more than happy to confirm it.
Aha! You think that's going to work with me? I know your boss is in on it. Don't think you can pull the wool over my eyes by conspiring with your company. You're cheating on me. I'm sure of it.
Wait a sec. So you just said you went on holiday. Does that mean you left Wyatt on his own for days? Tell me you wouldn't do that. Tell me it was just last night.
I went on holiday with my boyfriend the same day you went on your lover's getaway. You slimy, two-timing rat! Wyatt's already 6, which means he's more than capable of looking after himself. God, would you stop treating our son like a baby? I left a few days' worth of food for him in the fridge, which I made very clear he was to eat while I was away. Do you want our son to be entirely dependent on us his whole life? Stop being so overprotective. He has to grow up sometime, you know.
He's 6 years old, you freaking lunatic! What the hell did you plan on doing if anything happened to him while you were gone? Wyatt is not already 6, he's still 6, which means he's a child. He's not safe on his own at home without anyone there to watch him. But, let's face it, that's kind of redundant because the goddamn house burned down. Who leaves a small child on his own to go on holiday with her lover for an entire week? Are you a complete moron?
Shut up, Dominic! I'm sick of your whining. Why did the house have to burn down? You never would have found out if not for that.
You're the most despicable human that I've ever encountered. I feel like I've been living with a lie all these years, and I'm finally seeing the real you. We're getting a divorce.
Fine, I want a divorce too. However, don't think you and your lover are getting out of paying me compensation. I'm owed it. I want $60,000. Make sure you get it ready for me because you will be paying.
Are you actually insane? Like, mentally ill but for real? I don't have a lover, and I most definitely won't be paying you a single cent of compensation. You seem to be conveniently forgetting the small matter of you being the one who's cheating on me. The only one who will be paying for compensation is you.
No, I won't. When a man cheats, it's much worse. Then when a woman cheats, you can't compare the two. They're totally different. The woman is the one who receives compensation. She doesn't pay it.
Gender is irrelevant, you idiot. Cheating is cheating. The cheater is wrong in all cases, whether they're a man or a woman.
Stop talking crap. You're the one in the wrong here. And this is all your fault. I'll be taking full custody of Wyatt, and I'll see to it you never get to see him again. Oh, you will be paying child support, though.
Oh, you think so, do you? You really think I'm going to leave my 6-year-old son in the hands of some unhinged lunatic who leaves him on his own to go on a holiday with her lover so she can cheat on his dad for a week? I'll be taking custody of Wyatt. You'll be hearing from my lawyer about the divorce proceedings and the compensation claim. As for the latter, so will your boyfriend.
If you think you've got what it takes to take me on, you better come at me with everything you've got. Because I won't hold back either. Mark my words, you two-timing rat. It's the norm for the mother to take custody of the child. That's common knowledge. And you're delusional if you think otherwise. You're the one who's going to end up embarrassed in front of the whole court, not me. I'm sure we'll find proof of your affair as soon as we start looking. So you may as well not even bother fighting. Just give up.
I'm starting to believe you lack basic self-awareness. You won't get away with this. Prepare yourself for what's coming, because it won't be pretty. That evening, Savannah went back to her mom's house and yelled, "Bring Dominic and Wyatt out here this instant!" at the top of her voice. But her mom was prepared, because I already told her all about the affair. So instead of a sympathetic ear, Savannah met with the unharnessed rage of her furious mother, who sent her on her way with her tail between her legs. The next day, I hired a good lawyer, and I had him send Savannah and her lover the compensation claim. She insisted to the very end that I was in fact the one cheating on her, and that it was my fault that she and her boyfriend left my son alone to go on holiday. But due to a complete lack of evidence for her claims, her attempts to turn things around on me failed miserably. With the finalization of the divorce, I won custody of Wyatt in what may have been the quickest decision in legal history. On top of compensation and regular child support payments, of course, I did some research on her lover-boyfriend and had my lawyer send him a compensation claim too. Savannah was disowned by her parents and told never to contact them again, at which point she ended up having nowhere to go but her lover's place. I heard they're struggling big time to keep up with the compensation and child support payments they owe, and now they're up to their necks in debt and constantly trying to pin the blame on each other. As for me and Wyatt, we moved to a new apartment nearby and are currently in the process of starting our new lives together. As always, Cadence, my mother-in-law, continues to play a big part in Wyatt's life. She absolutely adores him, and his face lights up whenever she's coming over because he knows it means he'll get spoiled. Me and my son are going to go at it as a two-man team from here on out.
Hey Esther, are you there? I have something urgent that you and I need to discuss. Or rather, I suppose it's something more that I just have to inform you. There isn't really much room for negotiation about it now that I think about it. Anyways, I just wanted to let you know that tomorrow my sister is going to show up at our house to spend some time with us.
Wait a minute, Richard. Why are you dropping this bombshell on me now? I really wish that you would have given me some advance notice about this. I had no clue that anyone was going to be visiting us, let alone your sister tomorrow. I have so much that I have to arrange before she arrives. I don't have time when you spring these things on me so abruptly.
What are you rambling about? What do you have to arrange? There isn't anything you need to prepare for my sister. Why would you even assume that? You need to do something like that? It doesn't make any sense.
Richard, you can't be serious about that, right? You know that there are always some kinds of preparations to be done when someone comes over. I have to clean the house, make it at least look decent, and try and be a good host.
Well, I really don't see what the big fuss is. It isn't like you have to demolish the whole house and do some kind of thorough clean or something like that. I don't see why you just can't shove things in the closet and make the house look somewhat nice for them, you know? Besides, you're my wife. That's kind of your duty to be ready for these kinds of things. Anyways, if you're really that anxious, then you should have been keeping the house in order, just in case anyone were to pop by anyways. But it's not like you don't have a lot of free time anyways. I mean, you basically been doing nothing ever since you got pregnant. I'm really not convinced. If you're trying to tell me that you don't have enough time to do this one small thing for me.
But that isn't even the problem. I don't think you're being fair to me at all right now, Richard.
I'm sorry. But if that's all you have to offer me, then you're going to have to try a little harder to come up with a better argument. In fact, you may as well accept it right now that the moment you married me, you forfeited any right to argue with me at all.
What do you mean? You can't actually be serious about that, right? Why are you being so domineering? This isn't fair. I mean, you're talking as if you're someone out of the 50s or something. Don't you know that husbands can't just treat their wives like this anymore? Besides, I'm literally 8 months pregnant. Are you really just not going to acknowledge that at all? But this isn't just a recent thing. I feel like you've been treating me poorly like this ever since I got pregnant all those months ago. Aren't you worried at all about our child? And what kind of effect that treating me like this might have on them? You're being totally unreasonable.
You really think that just because you're pregnant, it means that you can do whatever you want? Why do you think being pregnant even makes you that special, huh?
What do you mean? I don't think it makes me special. I think it means that I have a medical condition where I have a literal human growing inside me.
Oh, please. Just why do you think that entitles you to any kind of special treatment at all, huh? Any woman can get pregnant. You're not that remarkable, you know. You really think that just because you're pregnant that I have to do every little thing for you? No, you're having a baby, but that doesn't make you a baby. You're just going to have to learn how to take care of yourself and quit depending so much on me.
And do you honestly believe that your feelings will remain unchanged about this entire situation? Even after I bring our precious child into this world, Richard?
What in the world are you blabbering about now? Why do you always have to divert the conversation away from the main issue? If you have something to say, then just spit it out and get on with your miserable life. I have absolutely no patience to deal with some irrational and emotional pregnant woman right now.
I'm simply trying to say that even after I give birth to our baby, are you still going to expect me to do everything by myself? Are you really just going to sit back and watch me struggle to take care of the house and the chores and the child, while you lift not a single finger to help out at all?
I have no clue what you're attempting to ask. I mean, who else would be responsible for any of that stuff anyways?
I'm truly appalled by the messages that I'm reading from you. You are being utterly absurd. I mean, are you seriously not going to lend a hand around the house or with the child at all after I endure the pain of labor? Well, if that's how you truly feel about the situation, then I guess I have a clear picture of where we stand right now.
Yeah, where we stand is that I don't want you bothering me with your petty requests for help for every trivial thing. Got it? You're my wife, and that means that it's your duty to obey whatever your husband commands you to do and stop complaining. Did you really not realize that when you got married, you signed up to take care of the house and the chores and everything? I'm not treating you like anything.
I just never imagined that after we got married that you were going to transform into such a tyrannical jerk, Richard. I mean, you do realize that I have a job as well, right? I'm only taking a break right now because of my pregnancy. Once I recover, I'll have some more time. I'll be able to resume my work after I have the child as well. But the fact of the matter is that I still work, and I still contribute to the family in that way. So I don't understand why it is that you think you can treat me as if I never ever do anything for this family.
I'm treating you this way precisely because you're not contributing anything to the family at all. Besides, nothing that you said changes the fact that I'm the husband and you're the wife, and whatever I say goes. The moment you said I do, you gave up your life to me. You vowed to always be faithful and obedient and never once question your husband. Did you really not comprehend what you were getting yourself into?
I don't recall anything besides the faithful part ever being part of our vows. And if you really think that's how a marriage is supposed to work, then I don't even know what to say to you. But I suppose if anything, I should say I'm thankful for you making your position crystal clear. And I suppose I finally understand why it is that you haven't shown me a shred of kindness ever since I first got pregnant.
And just what makes you think that someone like you even deserves a speck of kindness from someone like me, huh?
You're right. I guess it's probably because you're busy showing all your kindness to someone else.
Excuse me? What did you just say to me? Just what is that supposed to mean, huh? How dare you talk to me like this?
I didn't mean anything by it at all, Richard. Anyways, I have to get ready for your sister to arrive tomorrow, so I'm about to be swamped.
Hey, you should have absolutely nothing on your agenda this summer, right? I mean, you don't really have anything planned for the whole, say, summer vacation until school resumes again. Does that sound correct?
I'm not quite sure what you're implying about plans or being free. I am 8 months pregnant, so by the time summer begins, I'll probably have already checked into the hospital to prepare for giving birth.
Right. Okay, so you're going to be in the hospital for a short period of time near the start of summer. And then apart from that, you should be free. Do I have that correct? I suppose that means you wouldn't have any issues watching kids then, right?
Richard, I'm not quite sure what you're rambling about right now, but watching kids is all that I would be doing anyways after I get discharged from the hospital. Or rather, I should say that watching a kid for hours is the only thing that I'm going to be doing once I get discharged from the hospital.
But you already admitted that you don't really have any other plans for this summer after you have our baby, right? Please, you have to do me a favor here. My sister could really use your assistance, Esther.
I'm sorry, but I still have no clue what you're talking about. What assistance does your sister need? You're still not explaining to me why you want to know whether or not I'm going to be free this summer?
And the only reason I'm asking you if you're going to be free this summer or not is because my sister's going to need someone to look after her 4 kids for the summer break.
Wait, what are you telling me? That you want me to be the one to look after them when I'm already so close to giving birth to our own child right now? You can't possibly be serious about that, right?
Of course I am. I wouldn't be asking this of you if I wasn't serious about you doing it. That wouldn't make any sense at all.
But what do you mean? Why do you think I would agree to this? What does any of this have to do with me?
It has everything to do with you because you're going to be home all day anyways, right? So if you're not going to be doing anything but lounging around the house with a baby, then you should be able to do it just fine. I mean, you said yourself that you still have your maternity leave and won't have to go into the office for a while after you have our kid, remember? I mean, you are really starting to infuriate me with this lazy, entitled attitude of yours. Do you realize that?
Did you seriously just call me lazy and entitled for being pregnant? What kind of way is that to talk to your wife, Richard? Seriously, what is wrong with you? Why are you treating me like this?
No, look, I'm not going to ask you anymore. Do you understand? You are going to look after my sister's kids and that's final. Just think of this as a way to get some practice in child rearing before you have to do the real thing. This is going to be a great learning opportunity. You will learn how to deal with 4 kids of all different ages. It's going to be awesome, I promise.
So you were never asking me in the first place, is what I'm to infer from that then? No? The answer is no, and this is the last I want to hear of it. I'm sorry, but you'll have to tell your sister to go and look for a sitter somewhere else.
What did you just say? You really think you can talk to me like this? Did you forget that you are my wife? And I'm your husband. You can't talk to me like that.
Look, Richard, even if I wanted to do this for your sister, it just wouldn't work at all in the current state that I'm in. I am literally about to give birth to our child, and you are asking me to take care of 4 kids for the entire summer on top of that. I mean, do I really have to spell out for you why this isn't going to work? Just think about it, Richard.
What in the name of all that is holy are you talking about, Esther? The only one who wasn't thinking about this hard enough is you. Or rather, you're actually thinking about it way too much. Because the whole issue is so much more straightforward than you're making it out to be. You were going to do what I say and watch my sister's kids. Or else, I'm going to divorce you. So how do you feel about that?
You're serious about this? You're really going to divorce me if I don't do as you say? Do you even comprehend what you're actually saying when you threaten me with that, Richard?
Of course I do. Do you really think that I would just say something like that without thinking about it first? You're clearly just upset because you can't think of a good counter-argument. And that's why you resorted to these pathetic little questions. But I've already made it very clear to you that I am the master around here. And you have no right to tell me no about anything that I ask of you.
So you're really not even going to listen to your wife telling you that she is not ready, capable, or willing to do this?
I'm pleased that you're finally starting to get some of that through your thick skull. So does that mean that I don't need to have to keep arguing with you over this? Here's the deal. You're going to take care of my sister's 4 kids for the duration of the summer break, okay? You're my wife, and I know for a fact you have nothing but time on your hands right now. So don't even try to tell me that you're not going to be able to do this if I hear even a word of complaint from you again. So help me. I will really divorce you.
Well, okay then. Consider this my one more word of complaint. Now let's go get that divorce started, Richard.
Wait, what? What do you mean? You're telling me that you want to get divorced?
I mean that you gave me a choice. Obey you or get a divorce, right? Well, I've made my choice. So how do you feel about that?
Hold on. What are you talking about right now? You're really going to try and walk away from me? What do you think you'll be able to do for yourself after that? You might think that you're tough talking like that to me right now. But I know that you'll never, ever be able to walk the walk. So if you're not actually serious about any of this, then I suggest you keep your mouth shut. And don't say stupid things like that. Or else I will really leave you.
I'm not trying to bluff you, and I wasn't joking about that either.
Look, the summer break starts tomorrow, and my sister's kids are going to be coming not long after that. I really don't have time for this kind of nonsense from you.
And just why do you think that I'm going to go along with any of this? You can't just drop a huge request on me like this and expect me to jump at it and drop everything else that I'm doing. You can't just treat people, especially your wife, this way. But I don't even see why we're continuing this conversation. It seems that we've said all we have to say.
No, we're not through here. You need to understand very clearly that the only way that you're going to get a divorce is with my consent, okay? I mean, I know that you don't really want to get divorced as a pregnant woman, right? What would be the point in doing something as foolish as that?
Oh no, I think I'm going to be just fine, actually. Besides, I'm only giving you what you wanted, Richard.
Esther, where are you? Answer me, damn it! I've searched every nook and cranny of this godforsaken house, and I can't find a single trace of you. My sister and her brats are going to be here any minute now, and I expected you to have everything spick and span for their arrival. But instead, you've left me with a mess that looks like a tornado hit it. You better have a good explanation for your absence and be working your ass off somewhere to make up for it.
How many times do I have to tell you, Richard? I'm done with you. I'm at the lawyer's office right now, signing the divorce papers that will finally set me free from you.
What the hell are you saying? Are you out of your mind? Are you still trying to pull this ridiculous stunt on me? I told you before that you can't fool me with your childish games. I'm not falling for your pathetic attempt to scare me.
And I told you before that this is not a game. This is not a stunt, and this is the end of us. How can you be so blind and deaf to the truth? Do you not see that I'm serious about this? And how dare you invite your sister and her horde of kids to our house without consulting me? What were you thinking? What's wrong with you? If you thought that I would just play along with your twisted plan, then you're gravely mistaken. Because I'm not even in the house right now. I'm miles away from you and I'm never coming back.
You're not making any sense, Esther. You're talking nonsense. Are you having some kind of breakdown? Are you suffering from a fever or something? Is this some hormonal craze caused by your pregnancy? I warned you before that if you don't listen to me and do as I say, then I will divorce you. Now get your ass back to the house right now and start preparing for my sister's kids. Or do you really intend to ignore them and leave them in a lurch?
Are you really so heartless and selfish that you expect me to care about these 4 strangers when I'm carrying your child inside me? And is this how you treat the mother of your unborn baby? By threatening to abandon her and take away everything she has?
What are you babbling about now, Esther? You really think that being pregnant gives you a free pass to do whatever you want, don't you? When will you grow up and face reality? When will you realize that you can't run away from your duties like this?
Me run away from my duties? You're the one who's running away from your responsibilities. You're blackmailing me and trying to force me to stay with you. But you know what? I don't need you. I'd rather be a divorced single mother than spend another second with you. So your threat is useless.
Wait a minute, Esther. Don't be rash. I thought we agreed that this was a bad joke, and I don't want to hear any more of this insane talk from you. Do you hear me?
And I'm telling you for the final time that this is not a joke. This is not insane. This is very real. In fact, I've already filed the papers for the divorce and there's no turning back now. So there's no point in continuing this conversation any longer. Because nothing you say will change the fact that we're over.
What? Are you serious? You really filed the divorce papers already? Please tell me that you're still trying to trick me somehow. You can't be serious about this, can you?
Why do I even waste my time with you? Are you even paying attention to what I'm saying? I'm telling you that I'm serious. I was never joking about this. And now I've gone and divorced you. It's done. You gave me a choice and I made my decision. Don't blame me for not choosing the option that you wanted.
You can't be serious. You can't possibly mean what you're saying. I'm speechless. You're really serious about this, aren't you? You really have the nerve to divorce me, but I never gave you the authority to do that. When did I ever grant you the power to end our marriage?
Authority? Power? Of course, you gave me both. You said I had two choices. I could either obey your every command like a loyal, submissive wife, or we could get a divorce. That's what you told me. I'm following your instructions to the letter and nothing more.
So then, you really hated me that much? But then, who is going to take care of my sister's kids?
That is not my concern, and it never was. Deal with it yourself.
What do you mean?
I mean that you brought this upon yourself. And if you have an issue with where things stand now, blame yourself.
I don't understand. Why would you do this to me?
That's exactly the question that I want to throw back at you. You pushed me to this. You were being so cruel to your own pregnant wife. And you never ever lifted a finger to help out around the house. Did you really think a marriage like ours was going to survive?
This can't be true. This isn't Esther. Someone must have hacked your phone to type all this.
I'm sorry to burst your bubble, but that's not the case. It is your soon-to-be ex-wife Esther telling you all of this. You treated me terribly and told me if I didn't like it that I could walk away. Besides, I know about the affair you were having.
Affair? What are you talking about? This time I was never having an affair.
Don't try to lie to me, Richard. I have all the evidence that I need.
What are you talking about? You must have really lost your mind, huh?
You really are audacious. You know that. Carrying on your affair, even when your wife is pregnant, you have no idea what you've been putting me through with the way you've been treating me.
I only thought you were using your pregnancy to get out of doing your wife duties.
You have no idea what it's like to be pregnant. And you were never being fair to me at all. You were literally about to have me watch over 4 kids in my condition.
But only so that you can get some practice in dealing with children.
The only person who needs practice here is you.
Please, there's no need to be angry with me over this. I messed up, okay?
I don't want to hear anything more from you. I am sick and tired of having to treat you like you're some god on earth. We are done. The divorce is happening. And you are going to have to pay dearly for your affair. The next time you hear from me, it will be from my lawyer. Finally, Richard came to terms with the fact that he had no escape and conceded to the divorce. Not long after, he was shocked to receive a letter from my lawyer summoning him to a meeting about alimony, child support, and the lawsuit for his adultery. Richard even agreed to sign a contract to never, ever reach out to me again in return for a slight reduction of some of the charges that he would have to pay me. But by then, it was too late. The scandal of his affair and divorce had spread like wildfire to his company, and he had no choice but to resign in shame.